Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is keeping well. Look at the weather today, first week of October, and it's 20 degrees centigrade, blue sky, not a cloud in the sky, and it's sunny. So I've been a little bit quiet on the channel for the last couple of weeks, basically been really busy at work. So I've got 2 weeks off now, so we're going to put a lot more content on the channel. So where am I going now? Well, today I'm just going to nip down to my local Honda dealer on the island, which is In Motion, and Danny, the manager down there, has very kindly said that I could take out the Honda Transalp. So if you're interested in that, stick around and I'll give you a first ride impressions of Honda's Transalp, which I think was launched back in March 2023. So do all that YouTube stuff, click on the button and all that. So let's go and get the Honda. What a glorious day. And here we are, arriving at In Motion. Here's the Honda Transalp, and let's go for a little bit of a spin, courtesy of Danny. Thanks very much. So I've ridden the Hornet before, so the engine's pretty much similar. It's just been slightly tweaked for the adventure kind of thing. So let's start it up. Nice sound. I think I'm just going to adjust the span on the front brake. Can't do it on the clutch, not adjustable. So here we are then folks, out and about on the Honda Transalp. So what I thought I'd do is just ride around town 15 minutes or so, see what it's like in the town environment, and then we'll go out on the open roads and see what she's like out on the open roads. So pretty busy in town. Just be interesting to see how hot the engine gets from this parallel twin. We'll talk about the engine very shortly and all the other bits and pieces, but this is only going to be a first ride review, initial impressions, thoughts, that kind of thing. So around town, yep, seems fine, absolutely no problems, as they say. So the good news now folks is we are out of town, so we're out in the countryside, so we can just explore the bike a little bit more. And please don't go the way I'm going. Yes, they are typical, absolutely typical. So the Honda Transalp then, originally I think it came out back in the 80s or something. So this is just Honda bringing the name back into the public domain again, early part of 2023. So let's just quickly talk about the engine then. So it's basically the same engine as the Honda Hornet, but it's just been tweaked a little bit. So it's Honda's parallel twin. It is 755cc and it's pushing out about 90 horsepower, 75 newton meters of torque. And in relation to the competition, I guess we've got the Suzuki V-Storm, then you've got the Yamaha Tenere, and then finally you have KTM, either the 790 or the 890. So in relation to power outputs, I'm just going to put something very briefly up here so you can have a look at the Suzuki, the Yamaha and the KTM. Let's just call it the 790, so you can just compare those. Again, there's a big battle on for your money, your hard-earned money, for the middleweight adventure kind of bike. But let's not discount the Aprilia as well, which I haven't really looked at that. So there's a great selection of middleweight adventure bikes out there, depending on what you want to do and your preferences. So yeah, there's tons of bikes there. The price wise for this Honda is £9,699, but this one has got a load of extras on it. I'm going to put a list of the extras up here together with the UK recommended price from Honda, so have a look at that. But the main thing to take away from this demo bike is it's got the quick shifter on it. That's a quick shifter up and down the box, and it's got a down blipper as well. So a lot of these bikes now, when you buy them, whether it be the Suzuki, Yamaha, Aprilia or KTM, then you're getting like the basic package. So if you want to get something, let's say like a centre stand, you've got to pay a bit more money for that, and that would be certainly one thing that I'd be wanting to put on the bike, is a centre stand. But as they stand at the moment, I've shown you all the prices, and they are sort of pretty much for a basic bike, shall we call it. So Honda's engine then, how I've found it around town, not an issue, very tractable. So what else is there to say about the engine then? Slightly unusual, I guess, just to try and reduce the weight of the engine and the complexity of it. Rather than have a double overhead cam, they've got what they call a uni-cam, so it's just one camshaft, so it just saves on maintenance and that kind of thing. And I think it means that it can also rev a little bit higher, and it produces at 90 horsepower. I think it's 9,500 RPM. It comes with a 6-speed gearbox. I don't believe there's any DCT available, either automatic box. And this one's got the optional fitted quick shifter. I'll put the price up here. How have I found the quick shifter? It seems to be better on the way down blipping, and sometimes just a little bit lurchy on the way up. So just going up the box then, yeah, it's alright. But a couple of times it's been a little bit lurchy, and on the way down, yeah, it blips quite nicely. So that's an optional extra, and I think I would tick that box if I was being honest. So before we have a look at anything else on the bike, what do I think about the bike? Well, I think the bike's quite a pretty looking bike. It's not an aggressive kind of look to it, not like the Africa Twin, the 1100, the big brother. So yeah, it's a non-offensive kind of looking bike. It looks quite pretty. It comes in 3 flavours, and here are the flavours, and I think this is either the grey or the black one. I think it's the, I don't know which one this is actually. It might be the black one, I think. And I used to have a Honda Africa Twin, 2019 model, and I had the tricolour. Absolutely love that. And yeah, you can get a similar colour in the Transalp as well. You'd never think this was October, would you? Absolutely glorious. So yeah, you can get 3 colours. You choose whichever colour you want. It comes with a standard 2-year warranty. You can get a 3rd-year warranty from Honda for about £290 if that's your thing. I think I would pay that for it as well. In relation to the wheels, on the front you've got a 21-inch wheel, and the back you've got an 18-inch wheel. The tyres are tubeless, which is a bit unless you've had to change a tube in your wheel, you've got no idea what you're getting into. I did it on my Africa Twin, and it is a bit of a pain in the backside, but if you're not worried about that, don't worry about it until you get a flat tyre. But it is interesting to see that Honda have just released the details of the 2024 Honda Africa Twin, the big brother to this, and it has gone, wait for it, it has gone tubeless, both for their off-road version and the road version, and the road version has gone for a 19-inch front wheel like my BMW GS, whereas the off-road version they've gone still with a 21-inch wheel, but it's now tubeless. So I'm hoping maybe for 24 that the Transalp will go for a tubeless system. Folks, you don't want to be changing tubes at midnight in the rain on a motorway somewhere. That's not my idea of fun. If you don't mind changing the tyres and scratching your rims to smithereens, then carry on. Brakes wise, you haven't got radial brakes on the front. You don't need them. You've got axial brakes, although there's a little bit that sticks out which makes it look like a radial brake, but apparently that is just to do with displacing water and debris away from the calipers themselves. So you've just got twin disc on the front, single disc on the back, and they are not radial brakes on the front, but it doesn't matter because the brakes are pretty good and you get a little bit of dive as well. So the whole thing is, I would say, is verging on soft. I think you can, I'm not sure if you can adjust off the suspension on the front. Let's have a look. I'm just moving around a little bit. Doesn't look like you can, but if you can adjust the suspension on the front and the rear, I'll just put something up here on the screen just to let you know. Seat wise, you've got an 850mm seat, and you can get a low seat which is 20mm low, which will take it down to 830. If we just have a look here, I'm 5'9" with a 32-inch seam or leg or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to approach the bike, get on the bike, and yeah, I can flat foot the bike, and I've got my sort of classic kind of motorcycle boots on. Oh, let's go straight down here. Let's go somewhere different. And you can see here that I can actually flat foot it with my, there we go, look, with those boots on I can flat foot it. So they're motorcycle boots. I'll do a review of those soon. So yeah, if you're 5'9", 32-inch seam, you won't have any issues. And if you're worried about the height, then you can just drop it at a 20mm and go for the low seat option. I'm not sure what the price of that is, but yeah, there's always an option for you to do that. So the brakes are fine. The whole of the instrument layout is really good actually. It's nice to see that it's not as complicated as the Africa Twin from a couple of years ago. Yeah, nowhere near as complicated. Well, I'm not going to go down there. Definitely not going to go down. I'm just going to spin it around in the car park here. I'm not very good off-road, so these have got, I think it's Metzeler Karoo tyres, and they seem to be pretty good on the road. Pretty good on the road. I'm in sport mode at the moment. We'll talk about the modes very soon. But yeah, the handling wise, even around town, it was great. So again, you have no problems commuting on this machine, and it's very lightweight. I'm going to say it's very lightweight. Sounds good. It's very lightweight. It's just neutrally a nice balance. Even going slow, you know, playing with the clutch, the clutch, front brake, rear brake. You've got nice control over it. Really is, you know, really nicely balanced. It's yeah, a good machine. So yeah, Honda have done a good job actually. Yeah, really good job. I like the way the controls are laid out. Very nice. I don't like the indicator button. The indicator button, I just find it just doesn't feel right at all. It's sort of, it's a very soft push on it, so you don't know whether you've cancelled it or not, but you have got self-cancelling indicators on the bike, and then there's nothing on here. Nothing on here. It's just a bit of a shame that you haven't got cruise control on the bike itself, and indeed cruise control is not an option. So Honda, come on, get your act together, get cruise control, because if you're taking this bike away, which I think you would be doing, I think it's always nice to have a little bit of cruise control. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, cruise control would be nice. Again, nicely balanced, slowly. Cruise control would be nice, so that's slightly lacking, but all the other controls are nice. The 5-inch TFT, you can connect your phone to it and all that kind of stuff. Again, this is only just an initial review of the bike. It's not an in-depth thing, so I'm not going to go drilling down into that, but you've got everything on there you need to know. You've got the time, you've got the temperature of the engine, and then you've got an information bar at the bottom. I think that's 4 styles of display you can have, so that's like the off-roady kind of display, and then you've got all your engine instruments and power things down here on the right hand side, and then your gear selector down here. So it's all really nicely laid out, and you can see, I just lean forward, you've got QS, quick shifter up and down there. So we're in sports mode. If you want to change the modes, we've got, I think it's 5 modes, 4 actual modes, and then 1 user, a programmable mode, and you have a mode button here on the left, and you just dethrottle and you just scroll through it standard. And as you go through the modes, then the blue circles, the pieces of circles disappear. So the less pieces of circles you have, then the less stuff you have, as they say. So if you see rain mode, we haven't got much in the way of P, so we haven't got much power. So rain mode now in 3rd gear. Yeah, definitely, you can definitely sense the difference there. See, it stops quite well. Cheers, dude. Thank you very much. Always widen the distance you can see to be clear. Where do I remember that from? So yeah, rain mode is a definite change to the power output of the bike. And then just scrolling through the others, then we've got gravel, if you want to do a little bit of off-roading, user mode, and then sport. So I'm just going to leave it in sport. Let's just try the quick shifter. So sometimes there's a little bit of a lag in the old quick shifter, but yeah, I'd certainly tick that as an option. Is everybody trying to kill me today? A foreign car on my side of the road, there we go. But the handling from the 21-inch front wheel, I would not say that it was a 21-inch wheel. I would have said that it's a 19-inch wheel on the front there. It just handles it, yeah, you don't even think about it. It's really nice, and got enough low down torque to not make you too concerned. I just don't like that indicator switch. As far as the mirrors go, those mirrors are really good actually. They stick out far enough that you're looking over your elbows, so yeah, you've got a good view for the mirrors, so I like that. So the mirrors are good. Please boss, don't pull out. Yep, there we go. Everybody's trying to kill me today. So there we go. So the mirrors are good. Fuel tank, what's it? 16.9 litres I think it is, and that will apparently get you to about 240 miles, but I'll put stuff up here on the screen so you can have a look at it. So I'm going to put on the gravel mode. There we go, because this is the kind of stuff this bike will be really good for. I'm just going to stand up, and the standing up position is really good. Yeah, it's a nice position. I'm no off-roader at all, but it feels nice and comfortable. Yeah, and that gave it a bit of beans there, and the old torque control was kicking in. Yeah, and you can see the orange light flashing on the dash there. So know your modes, as they say. Know your modes. I might just go down here actually. Yeah, it's a very lightweight bike to ride around. Oh, there's the Suzuki V-Strom. Yeah. So as long as I don't drop it, I don't mind. Famous last words. So it's a nice, yeah, it feels nice. It feels nice. It really does. You know, if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to get one of those, you know, the GS or whatever, or the Africa Twin, you're just a bit concerned about the size of it, then yeah, go for a middleweight. You know, there's nothing wrong with the middleweight bikes now. They're damn good they are. And of course the insurance is more than likely going to be cheaper as well. Definitely going to be cheaper, I'd have thought. So you should get 240 miles out the tank. The mirrors are good. I like the TFT screen. Yeah, it's very good. You can play your music and all that stuff. What else is there? Seat. I have read that the seat can be, because it's quite soft over a period of time, it just might be too soft. And if you're vertically challenged, you can get the slightly lower seat of 830 millimeters. There is a USB thing under the seat. I won't show you that, but you can plug your USB-C charger in there. And if you want to spend some more money, there is a facility to put another charger in here. Just pay Honda some more money. And there's tons of things that you can put on this. If you just want to open your wallet and pay Honda, they do a load of accessory packs. So I'll just put them up here, a load of accessory packs. Would I get the accessory packs? More than likely not. I think what I would do, GS and a BM and something else. What would I get then, folks? What would I get if I was going to get one of these? Well, if we start from the front, I would more than likely get some crash bars. Definitely get the crash bars. I would, yeah, more than likely get the quick shifter, and without a shadow of a doubt I would get the centre stand for maintenance, oil in the train and that kind of thing. Yeah, I'd definitely get the centre stand. Yeah, but you just go and have a look on the Honda website, have a look at the pack options that they do, and yeah, just open your wallet and let Danny down at In Motion take all the money from your wallet. So this is the kind of stuff this bike will excel at. If you're a little bit nervous about going off-road, I think the bike with the weight is just absolutely perfect, you know. Yeah, standing up is yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It is good. It is good. Maybe get a bash plate as well. But if I only had one option to get, then I would get the look at the weather today. I would go for the centre stand, and if you're going to ride it year round, get the heated grips, because it doesn't come with heated grips. But everything else is fine. Just a shame we haven't got the cruise control. What else is there? Oh, one thing I did really like was this screen. I think it's the standard screen, so you wouldn't have to invest in another screen. Maybe a tinted screen if you want to sort of make it look a little bit more funkier. Yeah, but that screen is absolutely fine. And what I found at my 5'9" is that it doesn't cut my eye line. So it's really good that either standing up, it's fine, you can't see it, and sat down, it doesn't. I don't know how they've done it. It doesn't cut through my eye line. So yeah, that's a real good job, Honda. Real good job. The handling of the bike is really good. It is really good, and I would be happy to do do some off-roading on this. The only thing I'm not keen on is the tubed tyres. I don't like tube tyres, but would that put me off? I don't know. I'm going to leave that one up to you, but the bike is really, really good. And let's see, with gravel mode, can I... Yeah, no, so even on gravel mode, there's still the ABS is on a little bit, so I think you'd have to go into the user mode to actually turn the ABS off. Yeah, let's go this way. The engine's really good. I'm still in gravel mode at the moment. It sort of really gets going about 6,000 RPM and above, and it red lines at 9.5. It's got plenty of go in it. I'm not sure what it'd be like 2 up. It would be okay, I think. And in relation to vibration, a little bit of vibration through the bars, but nothing to cause you any grief. It's just a bit of character, I think some people say. So let's go back into sports mode. There's the user mode. Sports mode, just de-throttle, and then away you go. Yeah, I think it's a cracking bike. I really like it, but nobody makes any bad bikes, so it's what's your budget? Do you like the colour? Do you like the style of it? Yeah, and then Bob's your uncle or whatever. But I just don't like the indicator button. What's the horn like? Yeah, 50p horn. But that screen's really good. The brakes are fine, a little bit dive, but yeah, all good. Let me go up here. Yeah. See, couldn't do that on a road bike. Cheers, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty blessed actually where I live. It's nice. It's very nice. What else, folks? Have I missed anything out? I don't want to bore you folks stupid. That's not the aim of this video. Yeah, it's a good machine, and you can hustle it along as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go and take some video of the bike itself, and we'll go back to in motion. Go through the twisties back to in motion. Yeah, very lucky where I live. Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Oh, the video might be more than 15 minutes. Yeah, it might be more than 15 minutes. Yeah, done. And that's a good thing about these bikes. You can just sort of be a little bit naughty. What it's all about. Let's go over there. But yeah, that's about the limit to my off-roading. And the stand is really easy to put down as well, but no centre stand. So there we go then. I think she's a pretty looking bike, not too offensive, a bit on the soft side, shall we say. Not an aggressive looking machine, unlike its bigger brother, the Africa Twin. Yeah, nice machine. It is a nice bike. That screen's really good, loving the screen. 21-inch front wheel. Yeah, I'd swear that was a 19, but good. You can see the brakes down here. They're axial, not radial, but with that little thing down there, it makes it look like it's a radial mount. Apparently it's just to keep stuff flicking up and going into the pots themselves, apparently. That's got all the extras fitted to it. Yeah, it's a nice looking bike. It really is a nice bit of kit. Very nice. If you want to move the bike around, you've got some nice grab rails here to move the bike around, so there's no issue with that. Got something to grab hold of. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, there's not really much to dislike about it, if I'm being honest. All the lights are LED. Single piece seat, and you've got a USB seat under the seat. You've got your quick shifter down there. Yeah, it's good. As we mentioned before, clutch is not adjustable, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's just a good looking machine, and that's either the black or the grey. I can't remember. Yeah, so that is the Honda Transalp. Very nice, very nice. I suppose the only thing we need to do now is hear how it sounds, so let's see how it sounds. Well, let's hear how it sounds. Yeah, it's got a nice meaty tone to it. Yeah, it's good. Yep. It's nice. General fit and finish of the bike then. All the bikes now, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Honda, Ducati and all that lot, everybody's game has been raised, Triumph. So I pretty much think all the bikes are pretty up there, all very even. So I wouldn't like to say if the Honda's better than any others now. It used to be back in the day that Yamaha weren't very good, but even, you know, they're all good now. But this has been made to a budget. It's the cheapest of the middleweight adventure bikes, but it doesn't look like it, you know, unlike KTM. And I used to have a KTM where they just put stickers on. No, this seems to be good. Yeah, so yeah, I think Honda are doing all right when it comes to quality. But guys, if you've got any comments to make, please make them in the comment section down below. That'd be lovely. Again, handling's really good, just very nice and light. Clutch is light, brakes are good. There's nothing really not to like about the bike. It goes well, 6,000 revs and above, that's where it likes to go. Screen's really good, yeah, and the handling, go through the twisties with that 21-inch wheel. Downshift is really good. This is my standard route when I'm doing reviews. Bit of trail braking, bit of dive on the suspension, and it may be as you go higher up the rev range that quick shifter is more positive, but it's just quite pausey at around 4,000 revs on the way up, and on the way down very slick on the way down. It's nice. So yeah, you can hustle the bike. You can feel the suspension, the budget, I'm going to say budget suspension, is that the right word? But the lack of adjustment, I'm not sure what adjustment there is. I don't think there's much at all. I'll put it up here if there is any. But you can just feel it, just being a little bit on the old bouncy side. But again, just have to adjust the preload on the rear shock to sort that out. But yeah, just a little bit bouncy when you're having a bit of a wiggle on. And that said and done, I'm going to call it quits and go back to in motion and give them the bike and the keys back. But I have to say, Honda, nice job. It just handles, turns really well. Yeah, it's good. I'm now going to sum up, folks, and I'm going to say, if you don't want to get the big daddy Africa Twin or the GS or the 150 horsepower kind of bikey things, you just want a middleweight bike that you can have a bit of fun on the road, you can commute, and then you could do a little bit of gravel work kind of that we did back there. Yeah, go for one of these. If you want to go hardcore, go for the Tenere. But yeah, I think the Suzuki, the V-Strom, that might sort of just be, if you want to go for the Suzuki, take the Suzuki out and ride them back to back, depending where the dealers are. But yeah, this is a good bike. I prefer this to the Hornet, definitely. This would do it for me more than the Hornet. I just found the Hornet too twitchy. Yeah, you'd have fun on this one. Anyway, that's about it. My dislikes, I don't like the fact that you haven't got cruise control, and I don't like the fact that it's got tubed tyres, and I wish it had a centre stand. But if Honda come up with tube-less tyres next year, yes, awesome, it'd be an even better bike. Right, that's it. Let's go back to motion. Let's go back to in motion. Woohoo! Well, that's it. I'm about 200 metres away from the Honda dealership in motion, so finally going to sign off. Slow moving traffic, the temperature gauge gone up to about 104 degrees C, the fan's on and my legs are getting warm but not too uncomfortable. So yeah, as a commuter in the summer, I think you find this fine. What can I say finally about the Honda Transalp 750? Nice size mid-weight bike, not scary, not too high. You can get the low seat option, handles very nicely. You've got that 750c or 755cc 90 horsepower parallel engine, which gives you nice torque from low down, and then it really gets going quite a noticeably bit more at 6,000 revs. So you've got the fun factor as well. Handles really nicely, brakes fine, suspension's a bit soft, but hey, it is an adventure bike. I like it. It's a nice machine, And yeah, I think you need to just pop down to your local Honda dealer, wherever that may be, and go and take one out for a test ride. Dislikes, don't like the indicator, don't like the fact that you haven't got a centre stand on it. I'd certainly get one of those. And I'm not too keen on the tubed tyres, but hopefully for 24 they may do the 21 inch like the big brother and go tubeless. That'd be really good, but don't let that put you off. It's a cracking bike, just means you've got to get all the bump if you go away touring to change the tubes on the tyre. Well, there we are, back in motion. I really like the bike. Thanks Danny for letting me take it out. Good machine. There he is, smile on his face. Yeah, it's good. Pop down to your local dealer and enjoy the bike. So there's my BM, nice bike. I'll just put it in here. Woohoo! Good. Well, thanks very much, and we'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheerio for now. Oh, you got to say all that stuff. Oh. Nice bike. It is a good bike, yeah? Oh, don't say that. Oh, you're joking? Oh, for sake. And I was just signing off my dislikes. Tube tyres and changing them. Well, there we go. That just sort of says everything really, doesn't it? Bloody Nora, where's that come from? Oh, there we go. You need spanners and everything. Tyre levers and bugger. I didn't notice it at all. Well, what can I say? Oh. This is the moment of truth.
Tube tyres are brilliant.
No.
We're golden.
We're golden, man. Is that alright? It's not bubbling, is it?
No.
Well, there we go.